What's going on? It's Kevobato and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we're gonna start a 30-day challenge of me using only Bazzite on my main PC. Before we can run Bazzite for 30 days, we've got to install it first. So, you know me, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into the video. Here are a few things that you're going to need to help with your Bazzite setup. Now, I'm going to be running externally. So I've got a 4 TB drive I'm going to be booting from externally. So that's where this adapter comes in. I can plug it right in the computer. That way, when I have to go running back to Windows, I can just unplug this, boot back into Windows. And then I've got a USB drive here. Now, this USB drive is going to be used for the Bazzite installer. But that's enough yapping. I just wanted to show you what we're gonna need. Let's go ahead and head over to the computer now. All right, we're over here on my PC. So you see we're running Windows, got the fat Windows logo right there. And for the next 30 days, I won't be seeing this any, so that's gonna be fun. But anyways, the first thing we need to do is go ahead and head over to our web browser. I use Firefox. I'm gonna go ahead and open Firefox. Once you've got your web browser open, go ahead and type in Bazzite Guide. I will also leave the links in the description. You see, I can't spell, but it doesn't matter. Still came up. It's going to be this top link here, or whichever link looks like this should say docs.bazzite.gg. We're going to click on that. So here is the Bazzite documentation page. Today we're going to be working with desktops and laptops, so we're going to click this first link. And on this page, it's going to give you all the information, some of which I didn't cover today. So this is a good resource for you if you have any questions that I don't cover, or if you have any situations that I don't run to during this install. I'm gonna try to make this as easy as possible, so that's why I figured, hey, we'll stop here first. Also, while I'm talking about it, make sure you have at least 10 gigs free on your flash drive. But all right, now that I showed you the Bazzite install guide page, and again, the link will be in the description, we're gonna go ahead and search Bazzite one more time. I'm sure we could have just done it from that last page, but whatever. We're going to click the link, it's bazzite.gg. We're going to go over here to download Bazzite. We're going to scroll down a little bit more till you see this logo here. And it asks us, what hardware are you using? I will leave the specs for my PC on the screen now, but my PC is running a Ryzen 5 7600 CPU and a Radeon RX 6650 XT as the GPU. So depending on your specs, the options that you choose may be slightly different. If you happen to have a similar PC to me, then you can follow the exact steps I click. Otherwise, you're going to need to click slightly different depending on your setup. Now we're dealing with desktop. We're going to click desktop. Who is the vendor of your primary GPU? We're going to click this box and make sure you read, again, like I was saying before, the option you choose might be different. If you're dealing with older stuff or integrated graphics, you would click that. There's your older stuff there. Now we're dealing with the RX series of AMD, so we can click this. Similar, if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card, RTX series, you would click that, ARC, etc. So we're going to go ahead and click AMD now. What desktop environment do I prefer? We're going to click KDE. Now, for the purposes of this video, we might as well. Yes, I want to load directly into Steam gaming mode. Screw it. Why not? Some devices with 2 AMD GPUs, iGPU and DGPU, cause GameScope to be unable to detect your display, resulting in a black screen. If you are affected, use an image without Steam Game Mode or disable iGPU. Oh, great. That's crazy. I didn't think we were going to run any problems considering my machine was all AMD. But, okay, well, due to this here, now if you have a similar situation to me, I'm pretty sure everything is going to be fine. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take use of this warning and I'm just going to click, I want a traditional desktop experience. Just because I'm clicking, I want a traditional desktop experience does not mean I can't still get the big picture Steam-like game mode. Everything's still going to look the same. Do not worry. Also, if you were running an older equipment and it didn't even give you the option to install Steam game mode at all, don't worry. You can set it up with the traditional desktop experience and you don't have to worry. You'll be able to set it up and still have it open Steam big picture mode once you turn on your machine. So I haven't gone too in depth to see exactly what the Steam gaming mode is separate, but if you click no, you should still be able to have everything you've seen on other YouTube videos or online. So don't even worry about that. Once you fill in all of the options here, you can scroll down and click download Bazzite. I've got images here. I'm gonna go ahead and download it now. Let's go ahead and click save. And now we wait. While we wait for Bazzite to install, looks like that's gonna be done pretty quickly. But while we wait for Bazzite to install, we are going to search for Balena Etcher. Now, people use all types of different flashing software. I don't have a preference. I've just got Balena Etcher on my computer already, so that's what we're using. And then it should realistically be the first link. If not, just look for the link that looks like this, balena.io. We're going to go ahead and click download Etcher. And depending on the machine that you're on, probably on a Windows machine, that's what we're doing here today, you can go ahead and click download. And then you're going to save that. Now, you're going to let that download and save, and then you're just going to go ahead and install it just like any other program. You know how to install any other program. So you let it install, you double click the setup exe, and Bob's your uncle. So I'll be back once Bazzite is finished downloading, and we will get this show on the road. All right, the Bazzite ISO just finished installing. So as long as you went ahead and downloaded and installed Balena Etcher and your Bazzite ISO is also done installing, we can go ahead and close out of the browser. Now, let's go ahead and open Balena Etcher. Again, you should have installed that by now. Just double click the exe. All right, now that you've got Balena Etcher open, go ahead and click Flash from a file. You're going to search for that Bazzite image that you just downloaded. Should say Bazzite ISO, something along the likes of that. Once you find your ISO, you're going to go ahead and click Open. And before you hit Select Target, now's the time that we need to go ahead and plug in that flash drive or other drive into the computer. Now, this is not installing Bazzite. This is installing the Bazzite installer. I know. So if you're a Bazzite boy like me, you may be a bit confused. With Bazzite, we flash the image and Bob's our uncle. But with this, first we have to flash the installer, and then we boot the installer, and then we can tell it to flash the image. So that's why we needed the flash drive and our larger 4TB drive. The 4TB drive is what Bazzite's going to be installed to, but in this step, we're going to be installing the Bazzite installer, the ISO we just installed, to our flash drive. So go ahead and plug that in now. I just plugged in my drive, and as you can see, it's the only one coming up because the only other drive in this machine, as you can see, system drive. So we don't want to touch that. So we're going to go ahead and click this. Make sure if you have multiple drives installed in your machine, make sure you know which is which and you're not installing to the wrong drive. Don't mess up your stuff now. Once you have your flash drive connected to the machine, you can go ahead and select it and then click Select. And then all we've got to do is click Flash. Yes, I'm sure. And now we wait. So this again is the Bazzite installer. This isn't full Bazzite. We're installing the Bazzite installer onto our flash drive so we can then boot from that flash drive, tell it to install the full Bazzite on our 4TB drive. I hope that makes sense. If not, just keep following along. Hopefully you've got your small flash drive plugged in and it's currently flashing the Bazzite. I'll be back when this is done. All right. If you've been blessed like me, then you'll get the flash completed screen. And that means we are one step closer to having Bazzite installed. Now that we've got the Bazzite installer flashed to our flash drive, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my drive that I actually want Bazzite to be on into the machine now. And then we'll go on to the next step. All right. I've now got my drive plugged in. So what we're going to do next is we're going to head over to the BIOS. There's a really easy way to get into it right from our Windows machine. So we're going to go to the Windows logo, and then we're going to search BIOS. And then we should see the Change Advanced Startup options. We're going to click that. Now in here, you see it says Advanced Startup. We're going to go ahead and click Restart Now. Now, this is going to head to our BIOS. I am going to switch to my camera because this is my only computer right now. So let's go ahead and click Restart Now. I'll switch to the camera and we can continue. And restart now. All right, so once you get to this screen, we're gonna go down to Troubleshoot. We're gonna go to Advanced Options. We're gonna go to UEFI Firmware Settings, and we're gonna click Restart. And we are in our BIOS. So everybody's BIOS is gonna look a little different, but we want to get to this boot tab here. Now, for some of you, you may need to go into the security tab. You will see something called secure boot, and you need to make sure that's disabled, at least temporarily. Some of you may need to do that. If you're like me and you've used other operating systems before, then you probably don't need to mess with this. If you play Call of Duty or other online games, then you might have secure boot enabled. But later on in the boot process, we will be able to go in and enable some keys so that you can re-enable secure boot. For now, we are going to go to boot. Yours may be different than this. You will probably have Windows Boot Manager on top like that. So all we want to do is switch it, and we want our flash drive, whatever the name of the flash drive is, to be at the top option. Once you have that at the top option, we can go ahead and exit. And we're going to save changes and exit. Save configuration changes and exit. We don't want to test. We want to go ahead and just install it. Now we're in the installer. Go ahead and choose your language. For me, it is going to be English and United States. And we'll go ahead and down here at the bottom, we'll click continue. First thing we got to do is go up here to installation destination, click on that, and then we need to click an option. So for me, as you know, I'm putting it on this 4 terabyte drive. If you've got a bunch of drives plugged in, it'll show them all here. This is my main drive. Can't use this. So we will click our 4 terabyte drive, whichever drive you're using as your main. We want to choose whichever drive we actually want Bazzite to be on. So I'm going to choose this, and then I'm going to click done. If you see a message like this, because I didn't format the drive, let's go to reclaim space. We're going to go to this partition here, and we're going to click delete. And then it says here, total selected space to reclaim, 3.64 gigabytes. Perfect. Reclaim space. Boom. Now, when I go back in here, you can see I've got that drive selected. We can go to user creation here. I'm going to type in Kevo Bato, username Kevo, and password, something real simple and easy. Too short, get out of here. Okay, great. If you want to make a password short and easy like me, there's a little hint down here. Look, the password is too short. You will have to press done twice. Okay, sure. Done, done. Begin installation. And now we're just gonna wait. I'll be back once the installation process is done, or if anything comes up that I forgot to mention. All right, so Bazzite has just finished installing, and I can go down here and click Reboot System. Go ahead and click Reboot System now. All right, if you get on this screen, you can go ahead and click Enroll MOK. Then you're gonna go down to Continue, and we can click Enroll Keys, so we'll go to Yes. It's asking for a password. The password, I'll leave it on the screen now, is Universal Blue. And nothing's gonna come up in the box, so make sure you type it in correctly. You'll know you typed it in correctly when you're back on this screen and you have the option to just reboot. It shouldn't say Enroll MOK Keys anymore. We can go ahead and click Reboot. And here we are. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna log in very quickly. I'm gonna get my screen situated, install OBS so we can get off the jank phone recording. So I'll be right back. All right, here I am logged in to my Bazzite machine. Let's not waste any more time, and let's go ahead and open Firefox up. We're gonna be installing EmuDeck. That's how we're gonna be playing our retro games on Bazzite and just have it nice and neat. It's gonna be this top link here, and again, I will leave the link in the description. Once you're on the EmuDeck website, you can deny those cookies, click the purple download button, and then we're looking for that Linux penguin icon there. We can go ahead and click on that. Once we click that, we can go ahead and click the purple download for free. That's going to download the emudeck.sh. All you've got to do once you download that is click the folder icon beside the download. It's going to open up the file manager. Now go ahead and right click the emudeck.sh, and we're going to go down to properties. From here, we're going to go over to permissions, and we're going to make sure that allow executing file as program is selected. And then we're going to double click the emudeck.sh and we're going to click launch. It's going to ask us for our password. Go ahead and type that password that you made when we started this installation. And it's going to start downloading EmuDeck. And we're going to, obviously, you should know me by now, we're going to click the easy mode. We're going to click next. It's asking us to select our ROMs directory. We don't have one yet because this is a fresh install. So we're going to click custom directory. And we're just going to make our own. Now, if you don't want to make your own custom directory, you can just click internal storage and it'll just do it for you. But for me, I'm going to make my own custom directory just because that's, what I want to do. So if you don't want to do that, you can just click internal and skip this step. From here, we're going to go ahead and click next again. We are going to click Linux PC because this is not a Steam Deck. Now, if you're using a handheld device, like I have a video coming up where I'm using the ROG Ally X, then yeah, you click Steam Deck, but we're using a PC. The level of integration, we are going to be going with lowest today. If you want to have your retro games in your Steam library, you click highest. I'm not doing that here today. I'm sticking with lowest because I want to run Emulation Station separate, and it still adds Emulation Station to your Steam library so you can easily open it from big picture mode and have it, set up like a console. Anyways, we'll go ahead and click next. Now it's asking us which theme we want. You can scroll through here and there are a ton of themes. You choose the one you want and then we can go ahead and press next. And now the full installation of EmuDeck will begin. I'll go ahead and fast forward so that you don't have to wait, and I'll be back once EmuDeck is done installing. We've only got a few more steps, and then the base of your Bazzite setup where you can run modern games, retro games, and access the desktop mode and do productivity things such as edit videos like I'm doing now. Let me stop yapping, I'll fast forward, and I'll be right back. And here we are, we've got the installation complete screen. It even shows you all the stuff that it's went in and added. So all those emulators it's added, RetroArch, Azar, Cemu, you get the point. So let's go ahead and click next. At this point, if you know more than me and you've got it set up ready to go, you can click automatically import. That's a whole different step and another story for another day. This is a fresh build. I'm new to Bazzite, so we're going to be using the manual copy. This is going to do is allow us to manually copy our games, ROMs, BIOS, etc. into the folders, which we could have already done anyways. So go ahead and choose the manual copy option. Once you do that, go ahead and click open emulation folder, and that should pop up the file manager. And here you go. I made a custom directory, so it's in home, ROMs, and then they've got the whole emulation folder. But it looks similar to if you've used RetroBat or Batocera, you've got your BIOS folder and your ROMs folder. So if you did, you went ahead and added your BIOS and ROMs. If not, that's okay. We can do it later. I haven't done it either. We're going to go ahead and click next. Now, don't worry about this. We're just going to go ahead and click next. And we're going to click finish. And now we are done. We have EmuDeck installed. We're going to go up to manage emulators. And as you can see, here's all the emulators it installed. If the option is grayed out, then that means you would have to add it in manually. Also, on this same page, we need to go ahead and update our emulators and update our configurations. As you can see up here at the top, it's giving us these options. So it doesn't hurt to go ahead and run these now. And of course, you always want your emulators to be up to date for any performance enhancements, etc. So you can see it's updating all the configurations now. In here, it's asking us which set of emulators do we want to update. I'm just going to click Flatpak because I believe most of the emulators were installed via Flatpak. And now it's going in and updating all of those emulators. It's really easy and kind of straightforward on how to use, but you only need to go into EmuDeck every now and again just to, check and make sure your emulators are up to date. Now that those updates are done, let's go ahead and close out of EmuDeck. Let's go down here and you can open up the Games tab and you'll have Emulation Station there, but you can also run it through Steam. So I'll open Steam very quickly and there it is, Emulation Station. And if I click play, I can open up Emulation Station right from Steam. All right, so I showed you that you can go into Steam and open Emulation Station. I showed you can click the Bazzite logo, go to games, And you can open Emulation Station from right here. Here's Emulation Station here. We don't have any games or BIOS on it, but in the next episode, I'm going to show you how to do all of that. And as a treat to anyone who stuck around this long, I'm going to show you a sneak peek at what's coming in the next episode and the reason why you want to make sure that you tune in to the next episode. So if I go in here to ports, there's RGSX. And if you don't know what RGSX is, it's an entire games downloader. And if you do know what RGSX is, then you're thinking, damn, that's running on Bazzite? And yes, it is. But again, let me go ahead and open it up for anyone who stuck around this long. And here we are in the RGSX games downloader on Bazzite. Again, I'm not showing how to add the games downloader in today's video. That will be in the next video. But don't worry, I'm going to be using Bazzite for 30 days. And this is just episode number 1 of this challenge. So that's going to wrap up today's video. If you like what you saw, give the video a like. If you really like what you saw, subscribe. Come on. Hey, let me know in the comments below. Do you use Bazzite? Have you ever tried it? Are you thinking, damn, Kev, now I'm gonna try it? And if you have been using Bazzite for a while, what do you think about being able to add the RGSX games downloader to Bazzite? But all right, I'll catch you in the next video. Wait a damn minute. If you stuck around this long, you might as well stick around and let me show my support to my YouTube members. So shout out to Steve, good old Steve. Shout out to IJ, shout out to Ian Ludi, shout out to Coach Foosh, and shout out to RC from NYC. I appreciate you all so much. You have no idea. What's funny is, I don't know if they ever even hear this message, but I appreciate everybody for watching. If you're not a YouTube member, this is not a call for you to do that. I just want to shout out the people who support me. But anyways, get the hell out of here.